So what we were studying C++ encapsulation. Encapsulation, as I told you that what encapsulation is, what to keep your sensitive data hidden from users. Okay, sensitive data is what? Employee salary, employee account details, bank details, bank client account number, account name. So these are somewhat critical information that is to be kept hidden. So in encapsulation, what happened? The sensitive data, which is very important data, that can't be changed by any others. That moment, what you need to declare that variables or attributes, sensitive data, as private. So once the attributes are declared as private, you can't access them from outside of the class. So whenever if you want to access them, so there is a way that is called that private members can be accessed by get and set methods inside of the class. If you want to modify the data, then what happens? See, so salary, as I told you that salary is what? Salary is a private. Okay, salary can't be changed by you. It can be changed by whom? The admin, who has the right, who has the authority. So he can change that value. Okay, so once any attribute of the class like salary, it is what? Integer data type. Okay, now it is declared as private, so that this attribute can't be accessed outside of the class. Outside of the class is closed here. This is the main method. Inside of the main method, if you want to access, okay, by get method, you can get that salary. If you want to change that, you can change this value. Okay, that salary value means salary, whatever the salary you have, you can change, modify that value by the set method. But these two methods, get method, set method, they have declared inside of the class. I have created by public access level. Public means these methods. This is the set method. This is the set method. Its access level is public. This is the get method to get the salary. But try to understand, always the get method must be return type, because it returns some value. So I told you that while I was briefing the methods. Void method is what? Set method is void type. Void is void because it will not process anything. It will not process anything. So but get method is int type, so it returns what? Salary to be written, some value to be written. So now it is, that's why it is called integer. Getter method always integer method, integer, float, whatever you want to. Okay, so getter method is return type. Once any method is return type, so why, if you use void keyword, that method will not return anything. So in that method, no need to write return keyword. So any method is a return type, means in place of void, if you use any integer, float, string, so means if it is a integer method, it will return integer value. If it is a float method, it will return float value. So okay, it is a string method, it will return string value. So that moment return keyword to be used compulsory, and then that variable. Okay, so now what happens? See here, let us see this code. You run this code. So what happened? Try to understand here. One attribute salary, it is very crucial data, important data. This data not to be shown to anybody, it will be hidden. But if you want to modify that, salary is what? Salary is very important factor of employee. Class is what? Your employee class. Employee class has every employee has salary. So that salary, it can be seen by the user, but can't be modified. So but whenever it is declared private, so it can't be accessed from this outside of this class, but it can be changed by some methods whenever we need. They must be declared a public method. One method is what? Set salary, to set the salary value. Okay, and then one set salary value setup, and it can be get by the get salary method. But get salary method, it returns somewhat salary value, so it is return type. Okay, so we need to declare the data type as int, otherwise float, string. So always it returns, so it is declared as integer, so it returns integer value. But that set method, by the set method, always the set method must be void type, because it will not return anything. It returns what? So the value updated. Value updated in main function. For this employee class, object created, object can be any name, your name, my name, whatever, and that set salary value can be set. That's by the set salary method, value passed here. This is the argument, means value for this s parameter. So now by the set method, set salary method, this value passed to this s parameter. Now parameter and that attribute, both are variables, are equalized, so the 50,000 equal to salary, so this value will be updated. Okay, now this salary will be given to what? Get salary. Get salary returns what? The get salary method is what? Integer type, so it will return int data. So int data salary will be written, so you will get 50,000. If you want to modify anything here, you can modify. Okay, 80,000. So this 80,000 value will be passed to this parameter s, and now here s equal to salary equalized. So now s value will be 80,000, that will be passed, means salary. Now this salary updated. Now whenever you want to call this get salary method by this object dot operators, by this cout object will be used mostly for to get the result on the screen. So cout and cin, both are, you are getting what? 80,000. Now if you want to keep what? Somewhat string here, employee salary. Now you will see the string on the screen. Okay, employee salary is equal to what? 80,000 rupees. Understood that? 80,000 rupees. If you want to, after this, if you want to keep rupees, so you will be able to see the rupees on the screen. Rupees 80,000 rupees. Okay, understood that? Okay, now if you want to keep any this like what you know, then what? See what happened here. So by that getter and setter method, we can access getter and setter method. We can access that attribute. Okay, and its value can be set up, and once value is set up, you can get that value by this get method. Get method always return type. Why? Because it returns the salary. So it is method declared as you declared integer data type, it returns integer salary. If you declare it as a float type, okay, so it returns what? Float. So once it declared as float, it will return float type. That time you need to pass the value as float value. Now return, otherwise it will give error. Why? Because it will be float, so you need to set up this as float. Once you have, so once